With modern technology and recent smart TVs, all of our popular streaming services, channels, and applications seem to be ready at our fingertips. With these systems only improving, this begs the question, is there a place in our homes for a product like the new Apple TV? What's going on, guys? Javier here with Minimalist Tech. Today I'll be going over my experience with Apple's latest generation Apple TV 4K. As someone who's never used an Apple TV before, this will be the first Apple product of its type I have yet to experience. Just like any Apple product, unboxing is simple and minimal. There's not much to it. Just the Apple TV itself, a power cable, a USB to Lightning, and the new Siri remote. I don't know about you, but I really like their packaging. I usually keep them for resale, and I like the way they look. I usually keep them displayed in my office. My wife loves to make fun of me for that one. The only downside is this doesn't come with an HDMI cable, so hopefully you already have a spare. If you're looking to take advantage of the 120 Hz at 4K, you'll want to invest in an HDMI 2.1 cable. As with all Apple products, they are always designed to fit into any home. This Apple TV is no exception. The build is absolutely solid. With the minimal look and design, this will fit into any home setup. The jet black sides and matte black top with the TV branding look sleek and elegant. Definitely something nice to have displayed. The remote is equally solid. It fits really well in the hand. Not that it's a big deal, but I love that it's rechargeable. One less set of batteries I need to worry about for my remotes. If design is important for you, as it is for me, you'll likely be pleased with how this one turned out. Now let's talk about specs and features. Keeping it simple, Apple has made this a great all-in-one entertainment hub. Spec-wise, it has all the power you need to run the latest games from Apple Arcade and power it all at 4K 120 Hz. If you don't have that, I wouldn't worry, your TV experience will still be incredible at 4K 60. With HDR and Dolby support, content looks great. However, I did end up just sticking with HDR and leaving Dolby Vision alone. I actually got some weird effects while trying to take advantage of it. Not sure if it's my TV, cable, or the Apple TV itself. This tiny box offers games with Apple Arcade, music options like Spotify, Apple Music, as well as all the channels you can think of, especially the popular streaming services like Netflix and Disney+. Setting this up was a breeze. I use my iPad to get me through and they make it super easy. Something I noticed is they allow you to have different users, which really lets each person in the house take advantage of all customizations and recommendations. One of the main selling points for the Apple TV is the new Siri remote. I've heard the previous gen remote had issues and didn't offer the best experience, but I haven't used it before, so I can't quite make a comparison. In my experience, this new remote, it's awesome. I'm not sure if I could ever give up the video scrubbing feature. I'm not sure how they do it, but I can scrub a whole movie with ease. I feel like a missed opportunity though is that they didn't treat the rim of this control circle like the old school iPods. That would have been a nice touch. Input with Siri is a pleasure and hasn't failed me yet. The design is Apple as ever, and this remote is solid. There's a nice heft to it. After a day, any other remote feels almost cheap or like a toy. Something to keep in mind is not all TVs work with the volume buttons off the bat. I needed to actually enable it through the settings using my old remote. As well, this isn't a one remote solution. If you're looking to swap to other inputs like game consoles, you'll still need your old remote. By comparison, my Google TV remote works as a single one-stop remote, something I wish Apple was able to implement. Now, just like the well-designed product itself, the UI of Apple TV is what draws me in the most. The user experience within the software is pleasant to look at, easy to use, and it simply works. If you're familiar with Apple products, you'll find the experience familiar and seamless. Similar to an iPad or an iPhone, you can move around applications and organize them into folders as you like. It's a basic function, but it's something I've come to enjoy. I wasn't expecting to like it so much, but their weekly screensaver updates are beautiful. Their motion screensavers are in 4K and really add a nice atmosphere to my living room. Compared to my TV's native UI, this blows it out of the water. So something I hadn't thought much about was the fact that tvOS is indeed its own OS. That means all the apps available are developed specifically for tvOS. All the favorites like Netflix, Disney+, Amazon Prime work incredibly well. With that comes a level of smoothness and reliability I haven't experienced with previous smart TVs, streaming dongles, or sticks. They have a wide availability of apps as well. I've also read they have good HomeKit integration. I actually don't have many HomeKit items, but I'm looking forward to trying that out in the future. Now, if you're a casual gamer, want to try something new, or an entertaining company, Apple Arcade is great, assuming you don't have a console already in your setup. For me and my preference, this kind of feels weak. I feel the only way to get a good experience here is by pairing an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. Some people really enjoy games that you'd find on Apple Arcade, but there hasn't really been anything that catches my attention. Still, there's nothing wrong with Apple Arcade. It does work well, it's just not for me. Quick mention to AirPods support. I didn't even know that this was a thing until I saw the back of the box. I have a 1-year-old who's in bed by 7 p.m., so this feature is absolutely underrated. Previously, I'd sit at my desk with my MacBook to watch something with noise cancellation, but now I can actually relax on my couch and really get immersed into what I'm watching. It sounds like the spatial features work very well too. If you're okay having earbuds in, it's like having a surround sound experience without having to invest in a surround sound setup. A cute little feature too is that if you do need to get up and walk away, just like any other media, if you remove your AirPods, it'll pause. 10 out of 10 for this feature. As one of its main purposes is to view content, Apple delivered well. All my favorite streaming apps look wonderful with HDR support. The Apple TV has a calibration tool using your iPhone. While this isn't a game changer, it's definitely a welcomed addition. I mentioned it before, but the scrubbing tool to rewind and fast forward is one of those simple features you don't really want to go without. Talking about Airplay and HomeKit, I have two 4K TV sets. One LG is in the living room and I have a TCL in the basement. They both have native support for Apple's Airplay. I've only used it for audio streaming previously, but honestly I found the native Airplay to be absolute trash on these TVs. The lag and delay for anything other than audio was awful, and the experience only worked about half the time at best. With the Apple TV, however, that experience changes. If you're big into Apple products, Airplay on the Apple TV has been impeccable. Throwing up a screencast of my MacBooks works very well and is integrated seamlessly. The delay is minimal and I've had zero issues connecting so far. Something I really didn't like, however, is the integration with HomeKit, especially the HomePods. If I would ask Google Home to play something on Netflix, it would do it. If I asked Google Home to play something on Disney Plus, it would do it. With this, however, I almost feel like I must be using it wrong. This feels like technology from years ago. I'm not sure how Apple hasn't got the HomePods to integrate into controlling the Apple TV. Hopefully they do add this support in a future update. Overall, my experience has been good. I want to say great, but I'm a little let down by the inability to request things by voice via HomePod. It's something so basic, again, I'm wondering if I've done something wrong. I've used voice commands through Google and Chromecast for so long, it's hard to let that go. Even the new Google TV has issues with voice commands. Perhaps these new TV receivers are too smart to receive voice commands. That being said, objectively, this product is still great at doing what it's meant to do. Content does look amazing, and the Apple experience is very present. If you can go without the seamless voice-activated commands, the Apple TV definitely has a space in your home setup. Anyways, that's been it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more tech or desk setups, feel free to subscribe. Till next time.